Hello and welcome back to SpriteGuard Plays HyperRogue. Today we are going to head into the overgrown woods and we are going to be on the lookout for mutant ivies. The plan is today to find our way to some mutant ivies, get the mutant saplings, and then in the next episode we will start going after the mutant fruits. So the way that I like to take on these mutant ivies is basically I start out by looking for some choke points, some ivies that are kind of blocked off, and we wait for the pulse to kind of move along them, and then once they pass where they can hurt us, we start to cut our way into the center, and then, here we can cut that, there we go. And so now I'm actually going to wait for the next one to come down, and we can just cut that as soon as it goes off, and now we should be able to make it into the center without any trouble. So that's basically how I'm going to approach this. We're just going to do that 9 more times, and hope that nothing goes horribly astray along the way. It's not too difficult to find these things. Here we're actually very lucky. We've got one that is very close. Let's see, we have 11 turns to get to this one. And so as long as we are careful how we do it, there we go, we can get to that very easily. This one, let's see, I think I want to cut that tree down, and now we're just going to basically wait for this one right here, just above us, to go off. And then we whack it. We whack that, and now the pulse is past us, we can start cutting our way into the center. There we go. It's probably possible to do this a lot faster. I'm not really paying a lot of attention to how many turns it's going to take to get to the center. If I was counting out turns, which I kind of don't want to do, just because it would involve a lot of counting, which I'm not really a fan of, we could probably attack these a lot more effectively. Because as long as you can get to the center before it starts growing, you'll be fine. And there could be, even more tactical shenanigans that could protect us, but we don't need to do that. And so I want to, focus on just trying to have a good time. Let's see, this is a choke point we can use. It'll take a while, there we go. So this is actually one where I want to try and cut in as fast as I can, just because there wasn't a great choke point, and we were going to have to spend a lot of time fighting off ivies in order to wait that one out until something good happened. And we were at the earliest point in the cycle already. So here comes another one. We've got a choke point right here that will take a couple of turns, and I want to see if I can get that down to a 1-turn choke point. So here we'll still have, I think, 2 ivies threatening us, but we can just do that and cut our way to the center. There we go. And we actually have the clearing already unlocked. I forgot that it's 5 ivies, not 10, but I still want to get those 10 mutant saplings just because, I have that completionist streak in me. So that's one where I saw it was pretty clear that we could get to the center pretty easily. Now this one is pretty big and tangled, so I want to approach it a little bit carefully. We're going to have to back off down to this choke point and wait for kind of a better opportunity. There we go. But it's going to loop back around, so I actually want to probably... no, I see, if I look at the structure here, there we go, we can kind of cut that down. Now we have to back off, though. And this troll is going to give us some trouble, but we've gotten to a lower choke point. And so now we can just wait for this to grow in. And there we go. Now we have to see if we can make our way either to the center or to another choke point. And it looks like we can make it to the center. There we go. So we only need 2 more. And then we will have the completionist 10 treasures from here. I don't remember what the orb for this land is. Okay, this looks like a really big one. A little bit dangerous because it wraps around here. So I'm not sure I want to take this on. I'm not sure it's wise to try and take this on. Like, we can try to get into a choke point. This should be fine. And then we can cut down closer. Yeah, that's gotten us really close, and I believe... Let's see. Okay, so we have stuff coming from two sides now. And that's pretty dangerous. What do we have? We have 0 turns before that goes off. And this is going to be 4 turns, 5 turns, 6 turns to get to us. This one is going to be 1 turn, 2 turns. We're going to have to fight this one off 3 turns. And then 4, 5 to get down there. It's going to be dodgy, but we have a choke point above us that we can back into. If that doesn't work. And we can actually go like that. And then like that. There we go. So I actually figured out how to do it in 2 turns. And I wasn't really able to describe what I figured out. And that's something that I've always struggled with in games, is when I'm puzzling things, figuring out how to solve the puzzle, and then figuring out how to describe my solution to the puzzle. So here I can see that we still have 4 turns to cut into the center here, and we only need 2 turns, so we can just go like that. So getting better at describing how I'm taking on puzzles is something that I would really like to work on, especially since it really impacts my ability to do first impressions videos of other games. Alright, so we're in a little bit of trouble, but if we cut that... and then that, we can go through there. That creates a choke point. Then we can fight that guy off. And now we have another choke point to go through. Now, I actually want to find a way out of here. I want to find an orb of safety because I want to wrap it up here. And when we come back, we're going to take on the clearing. And so we have a mirrored land right here for us. We can actually block ourselves in. What's that? That's a jungle. So we can cross this fairly safely. We do not have any shards. And so we can use this as a relatively safe land to travel through and try to find ourselves a crossroads. And that way... and here actually is an orb of safety, so we can just drop into that. So in the next episode, we will be looking for an overgrown woods, trying to get into a clearing, and then we will start battling the clearing. And the clearing is really challenging. It might be the end of the episode, because it's so big. I want to shoot for 25. I want to see the foxes. That's the main thing. Once we see a fox, I'm kind of, we'll play it by ear. We'll decide what we want to do when that happens. And, of course, we want to get a minimum of 10. That is going to allow us to get the orb from that land. After that, if we survive that whole process, I want to go to the mountain and get that orb. That's one of the coolest orbs in the game. Once that works, we'll go to the Dragon Chasms, get another one of the coolest orbs in the game. We're going to keep working on that. So until then, thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.